Just once, I wish they would find some footage from a bunch of kids that were all using Steadicam rigs. As Above, So Below is a found footage horror film directed by John Erick Dowdle. And it stars a whole bunch of people that you've probably never heard of. And I can't really pronounce many of their names, so I'm not going to try because it's not going to matter. You've seen this recipe before. It's a horror film, and they're carrying around these cameras, and it's really, really shaky. The main character is this young girl who is super, super smart, and she is looking for the Philosopher's Stone. And she's going to go steal it from Harry Potter. No, she's not. So she's searching for this stone that is something that her father was searching for before her. And she thinks that she's found it in the catacombs of Paris. And so she enlists the help of these people to go and find it. As you would expect, things go terribly wrong, and they wind up getting trapped down there, and all this stuff ensues, and craziness, and scary things, and jump scares, and all this stuff. It's a horror film. You know what's coming. This film does some things well. I felt like the cast overall was pretty strong, despite them being a lot of actors that you don't know. Their performances were pretty good, and I didn't really find myself looking at them and saying, oh, this such and such is a really terrible actor, or I didn't notice a lot of their performances standing out as being bad. It is scary at times. There's certainly some jump scares that are effective, and some creepiness that is creepy. That said, there were also some things that were a bit confusing. If you've seen the trailer, there are some elements of this where it seems like the evil that's around them has some kind of link to their past, something in the character's past. And that was interesting, except for the fact that they didn't seem to follow it through the entire movie. Well, that was certainly a characteristic that several of the people had in this film. It wasn't true of all of them, and that was distracting to me. I'm looking at that and I see that and I'm like, if you're going to make a point to have that be in there, then it needs to be true throughout the film. There were also some points where you felt like things were really going to get big, and they never really did. There were several times when I thought, oh crap, now they're really going to get into it. But then you get to that point and it's just kind of like, oh, all right, I guess this is it. You know, I felt like there were going to be some moments that was just going to be epic spectacle, and you're just going to be like, oh my gosh, these people are so screwed. And that moment just never came for me. And even later in the film, there's a point where some of the power and stuff like that just seemingly is kind of sucked away from everything. And that just was kind of disappointing. That wasn't what I was expecting. There were some good points about this film, and if you really like these types of movies and you're in the mood to go see some type of horror film, then maybe you should check this out. Word to the wise, though, if you are a person that gets motion sickness from these types of found footage movies, then take your lesson from me. I am one of those people. It took me 3 times to finally get through the Blair Witch Project when I tried to see it in the theater. This movie made me sick as a dog. I mean, I felt terrible leaving the theater. So, let me be your barometer. I will be your guinea pig. If those kinds of movies affect you, then this may be one you want to skip. I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. If you like these types of films, maybe it would rate higher for you, but not for me. So, as above, so below, what did you think? Do you like this type of thing, or is the found footage genre dead? Long may it die and rest forever, so I never have to feel that bad ever again. Leave a comment below and let's talk about it. And as always, click right here if you like what you see, and subscribe to even more of me.